Hey, Jim Zaspel here from WillBuyYourHouseFast.com, right here at Glenside, just outside of Philadelphia, and I want to buy your deal. So here's what I'm going to do, is I'm actually going to list for you what makes real cash buyers drool over your deals, over your wholesale deals, okay? I'm also going to list for you my criteria, because what excites me is what usually excites other cash buyers as well. So what applies to me applies to others. This is not just a self-serving video, it actually helps you make your deals more desirable in the marketplace. So a little bit about me, so a little credibility building thing. Last year I think I rehabbed and sold 58 houses. This year we're on track to do about 75 or so rehabs and about 50 wholesale deals as well. Most of the stuff I wholesale is stuff that's in rental neighborhoods. So, do you want to know the number one thing that gets cash buyers drooling over your deals? Can you guess what it is? Here it is. It's all about the numbers, baby. Show me the math, right? This is it. That's the number one thing, okay? But let's get a little bit deeper than that. What's something else that gets cash buyers wanting to really go see your property? So there's a couple other things you need to do, right? So besides that, you've got to have it's always good to have real comps, right? They're going to do their own due diligence, but if you can provide something, it's a good idea. Real comps. Now, how about this? I have no idea why, but so many wholesalers today like to send out their deals with no pictures. Like, I don't get it. How the heck am I supposed to know if it's a good deal with no pictures? So pics, right? Video. Now, Jim, my property that I'm wholesaling is an absolute piece of crap, and it's going to turn off most buyers. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have 50 showings and everybody say no, than just have those buyers who don't want to buy a piece of crap, have them pre-screened out automatically because of the fact that you've got the videos up there, right? So pictures and videos pre-screen out the people who don't want your deal. If they're going to go there and see the house, what good does that do to you? Okay? So pictures and video. And for crying out loud, give the full stinking address. So what's this? Like, I see it all the time. It's like 12XX, South 27th or whatever. It's like, what the heck is this? Don't do that. Don't be that guy, right? If you've got it locked up for sure, provide the whole address. So real comps, pictures, videos, address, and good numbers. So let's talk about what good numbers look like on a wholesale deal, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about fix and flip deals, okay? So I'm going to abbreviate that by going FF. I'm going to reduce the size of my pen. So here's a rough, approximate formula that buyers do, right? So you've probably seen this formula before. So it's ARV. What is ARV? It's after repaired value times approximately 70 to 75%, right? I'll tell you what's the difference, right? So let's say ARV is 200 grand, 70% of that is what? 140 grand, right? Then we got 140 minus, let's say it's $50,000 in repairs, equals buyer's price, okay? Which in this case would be 90K, right? That's an approximate formula, right? I'll tell you that a lot of times I'm paying up to 80 cents on the dollar, sometimes if it's like a really nice house, all in purchase and repair. So anywhere from 70 to 75, 78 cents on the dollar, all in. So if it's a $400,000 house, I have no problem being all in somewhere in the 3 to 320 range, okay? So in other words, if it's a 400K house, then I'd be willing to buy it for, let's say, 200, and maybe put in about $110,000 worth of work, right? So I'd be willing to pay $200 on a $400,000 house that needed $110,000 of work. Does that make sense? That's what I'm looking for. So what else do cash buyers want in these deals? They want a couple of good things. They want good neighborhoods, right? Good blocks, good neighborhoods, right? Good blocks, good neighborhoods, and which includes, by the way, good neighbors, right? It's hard to flip a house. It's hard to flip a house if you've got a boarded up house next door, right? Pretty obvious, right? And you want to do an area that has plenty of comps, at least a few. Another thing is you want nothing weird. By the way, if you have any wholesale deals, save this website. Okay, this is one of the portals that get to me where you can submit your deals to me through this website, and then I will personally reach out to you. Nothing weird regarding location. Okay, Okay. In other words, you don't want it across the street from the gas station, the strip club, or something like that. Nothing weird about the location. It's got to be a normal deal, right? And how about this? House should be, quote unquote, normal regards to the comps. So in other words, if the subject property is a 4-bed, 2.5-bath house, and the whole neighborhood is, so let's say it's a 2-bedroom, 1.5-bathroom house, right? And the whole neighborhood is 3 and 4 and 5-bedroom houses, 2,000 square feet. Well, that's not good, right? Now maybe you can tear it down, add to it, but you gotta comp it out accordingly. But you gotta make sure you're comparing apples with apples. So here's the deal: if the numbers are good, you give some people real comps, pictures and videos, the full address. Oh, and how about this? This is one of the most important things. Nothing will screw up a wholesale deal more than anything else. Now, there's obviously workarounds to this, right? There's got to be a clear call to action with regards to access, how your buyer is going to get into the property. Ideally, it's on lockbox, right? They can just go in there and you get offers automatically, right? So people reaching out to you, hey, what's the lockbox combo? Text it over to them. They go in, they may text you back their offer, you lock it up, get a deposit the same day, okay? So that's what your buyers want to see. But guess what? As a wholesaler, you actually have a really, really valuable, I don't know if the right word is commodity, but you got a really valuable thing, okay? And that is, assuming the numbers are good, you've got a deal. And so you deserve, as the wholesaler, to have a good posturing, saying, listen, okay, Mr. Buyer, I know you're the one with the money. I know you're the one that makes the world go around. Good for you, woo-hoo. But here's the deal. I got a good deal. I want to make sure you don't screw me or waste my time. So let's talk about how you, as the wholesaler, can identify real versus fake cash buyers. Again, if you've got a deal that you want to submit, go to willbuyyourhousefast.com, and that will come right to me. So there's a few things that you want to look for when it comes to, so let's say you're putting a property out there for $100,000, and somebody says, hey, I'll pay you $100,000. What should you look for? A few things. So one, probably the biggest thing, is you need to have a big deposit. I don't know, $5,000, $3,000, $10,000, something like that. Usually $2,000 to $5,000 is relatively normal, okay? So deposit is very important. And if it's your first time doing business with somebody, then you want to get a proof of funds, okay? Affectionately referred to as POF or POF. Actually, I've never heard it referred to as POF, but I just made it up, so you're welcome. All right, so proof of funds, which would be their bank statement in their name or their LLC's name, or maybe a pre-approval from a hard money lender. You might want to call the lender and kind of see what's up, right? So deposit, proof of funds, and closing time frame, right? Do they need 30 days to close? Why in the heck would they need 30 days to close? If they got a good hard money lender, like Ian Walsh, great guy, awesome dude, a little expensive, but he has a really good service and he can close super quickly. He's even closed deals same day before, right? So if your person says they need 30 days because they're hard money lender, then they get the wrong hard money lender, then you don't want to do business with that lender, at least not the first one. You want somebody who's going to be easy to go around with. Also, for proof of funds, it could be a HELOC, a home equity line of credit they're writing a check out of. That would work as well. If you're clear on it, then maybe a private lender. Maybe, but you want to dig into that, get some real answers to that situation for sure. So what else do you need to do to pre-screen your cash buyers, identify the real versus the fake cash buyers? Deposit speaks volumes, right? Because if they're not willing to put up a big deposit, it's probably because they aren't sure they can have the money to close on the deal. Next, time frame. I'm going to move over to here in the screen. So are they wanting to do any inspections? Heck no. If you're wholesaling a house, man, it's as is. Well, I need to bring my contractor through. Say, hey, you can bring your contractor through, but here's the deal. As soon as you put up a deposit, it's gone. And until you do, it's on the market, right? Now, here's the deal. If you give a cash buyer your word the deal is theirs, then you probably ought to keep it, okay? Now, every wholesaler in the world has been tempted to break this rule. Some do, some don't. I've been tempted many, many times. I've had people offer me as much as $10,000 more for a property right after I gave my word to somebody else that they would buy the house, right? Now, if that person I gave my word to had selling the house at the lower price, if they don't perform, meaning they don't put up a deposit, they don't sign the agreement, and they don't close on time, then by all means, I'll go back to the other person. But I give my word, they give me their word, what they're going to do. If they don't, if they keep their promise, I'm keeping mine to them. And I don't know, it's not karma, it's the right thing to do, right? But it's also very, very true. This investor world is very, very small. And what goes around comes around. So if you're breaking promises to people just to take the next thing to get you a few bucks, pretty soon you will find yourself completely devoid of buyers, real buyers, who are willing to buy from you. All right? So that's making me sound like a pretentious freak to some people, but that's okay. Makes me kind of happy. So we have deposit proof of funds, time frame, inspections. Are they wanting, can they close quickly? Are they willing to use your title company, right? So let's talk about that for a second. I should write another one because I almost forgot. All right, I'll come back to that in a second. Title company. So not every title company is willing to work with wholesalers, facilitating an assignment of contract deal. One of my title companies that I use on a regular basis, H&A Settlement Services in Glenside, great people that run that office, but they don't. I use them because they're great to work with. They're 2 minutes from my office, and they're just really easy. But they don't work with wholesalers. I've had this conversation many times. Listen, come on, I can bring you a lot of business. They don't want to deal with it. That's fine. Their business is working for them. So I use Springfield Abstract and Flowertown, or MBA Abstract, Core Abstract, and there's lots of great title companies in the area that are willing to use. So my point is this. If you've already ordered title, make sure your buyer is willing to work with your title company, right? So that's something we want to get on the same page with prior to taking a deposit, because Pennsylvania is what's called a buyer's choice state, meaning the buyer has the legal right to choose the title company, but in this case, you'd want to put that in the agreement, okay? Contingencies, are there any contingencies the buyer has? The only contingency any buyer should ever have to buy one of your wholesale deals is clean title, that's it, all right? Next, this is just something to get a good wholesaler, a friend of mine in the area, George, awesome dude. He and I had a little bit of misunderstanding on a deal I bought from him, but we worked it out, we kissed and made up. George is an awesome dude. Transfer taxes. So this is something you really want to make sure you're clear on, okay? Make sure you're clear on. So typically, buyers and sellers split at 50-50. So let's say you're under contract to buy at $100,000 and you're under contract to sell at $120,000, right? What's expected is, what the seller's expecting is to pay half the transfer tax on the $100,000, and your buyer is willing to pay half the transfer tax on the $120,000, which leaves you paying half the transfer tax on the $20,000. Hopefully that makes sense. If it didn't, rewind. Again, your seller is paying 50% of the transfer tax on the first $100,000, and then your buyer is paying 50% of the transfer tax on $120,000, which leaves the difference of $20,000 for you to pay half the transfer tax on. 1% in the suburbs, 2% in the city. So anyway, if you're expecting your buyer to pay all 4% or only half, make sure that's clear and in the agreement more than anything else. So if you do all this stuff, if you really, let me think here, everything above the line, that's stuff that how you pre-screen your cash buyers. This is another thing just to be clear on as well, okay? So that's pretty much it. So again, let's go back to the numbers a second. What are buyers looking for a fix and flip deal? ARV times 70% or 75, sometimes even close to 80%, minus the repairs. That's what your cash buyer is going to pay. So in this example, $200,000 ARV times 70% is $140,000, minus $50,000 repairs. I'd be willing to pay probably, honestly, maybe $95,000 for that property. So I don't hold that 70%. So that's why a lot of wholesalers like wholesaling to me, is because I pay more than a lot of other cash buyers, especially for deals in the suburbs. There's guys that can be way more competitive than I can be in, say, South Philly, or a good friend of mine, Josh Hurts, great guy. He's got his construction dialed in the city, and he's very, very competitive. He can probably pay more for a house than I can if it's in South Philly. Now, if it's in Glenside, Abington, Willow Grove, Jenkintown, Horsham, Hatboro, any of the suburbs, well, guess what? I can probably pay more than anybody else. Why? Because I know that market really, really well, and better than most, and because I'm willing to be a little more aggressive with my ARVs, aggressive with my numbers. It's where my contractor is located, so my cost of construction isn't as high. Therefore, I'm able to pay more for the property. Make sense? So if you want to sell a suburb deal, sell it to me, including Bucks County, by the way. Sell a suburb deal, sell it to me. If you want to got a South Philly house, I'll make you an offer on it, but you can probably get a higher offer from somebody else, just keeping it real with you. Some other things buyers are looking for a fix and flip deal is make sure it's a good block, good neighborhood, plenty of comps, nothing weird about the location, right? You don't want the odd duck in the neighborhood. And again, it needs to be normal with regards to the comps. It needs to blend in with regards to the other houses for sale in the market. That is pretty much it. And I'll tell you what I'm also going to do. I don't normally give out my email address that often. So you can send your deals to this website right here, willbuyyourhousefast.com. Comes right to my inbox. That's my preference. But if maybe there's a website glitch or you just don't feel like doing that, then here is my personal email, my personal work email address. Okay, Jim. And this is how you send deals to me. Okay, and here's what I tell you: we get you cash offers. Same day, so long as it's like morning or early afternoon, we'll get you the offer the same day. And if at all possible, we'll put the $5,000 or $10,000 deposit the same day as well, if we come to terms. Now, here's the deal. And you'll find that most cash buyers are like this. We don't like having our offers shopped around. Okay? That's just not fun at all. So I will make you my highest and best offer when you send me a deal. And then guess what? You're going to tell me yes or no. You're not going to say, well, let me shop your offer around to 20 other cash buyers. I don't participate in auctions. So anyway, Jim the House Guy, PA. Now don't forget the PA, okay? And that's at Gmail. So if you got any deals, you can email them to me, Jim the House Guy at PA, or send them to the website address I gave you earlier. And I will get you a fast offer right away, and I will certainly check all those boxes over here, meaning I will give you a big deposit, show you proof of funds, close as soon as title's in. I prefer to have a week or two, but whatever. No inspections. I'll use your title company. There's one or two I don't work with in the area, but most of the big ones I do work with. And of course, there will be no contingencies whatsoever. So, no inspections, no contingencies. I'll use your title company. Close quickly. Imagine this. You get a deal under contract. I'll pay you. So the title's ready. I'll close in a couple of days if you want. So it's pretty fun to be able to do that. So as a wholesaler, your biggest asset is your buyer's list. So please put me on your buyer's list, and I have no problem in sending you your deals as you get them. I would love, if you have deals on a regular basis, shoot me an email. Okay, here's my email address again, and let me know that you're looking to do deals, and I can help you a little bit. And then I'll even give you my cell phone number, and we can talk on the phone. That we can get a very, very, very fast response. All right, thanks for watching.